it's me right now. I'm back here with Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Take that! We're getting to the actual proper part of this trial section, which I'm very, very happy about. Oh, I just realized that I left this as the... I was going to use this as the outro for episode 19, but I already used it as the episode outro for whichever one where we first went to the aquarium. Shucks. Shut up, phone! And just one note I had about this game is I think it's got my favorite victory theme of the series so far. Because there's the... So this one is like, what's the victory theme? It's like, right. This one's all like dun 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 dun, bum 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 bum, whatever it's all like. Followed closely by the first game, which is dun 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 ba 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 bum 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 ba. Right, and then there's the fourth one, which is like bum ba da 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 da, bum bum ba da 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 da, whatever it is like. And then the first, the 2 and 3 don't really matter. They suck. This one has the best victory theme. That's the point. Typically, the victory themes of 2 and 3 suck. 2 and 3 don't suck. None of them sucks, really, except for I've been informed the investigation games. But that's not what we're playing now. Last year, the defendant killed her trainer in the middle of a show. The orca headbutted and bit the victim. The same thing she's accused of in this case. This same orca? That orca killed 2 people? That thing is a menace. Guilty. Guilty, I say. I never want to go to the beach again. No! Now everyone's even more convinced that Orla did it. Wait, if that happened before, wasn't she put down then? We're doing so well, but now everyone in the room has a bad impression of Orla. I don't want to think she did it, but it's hard to keep on believing in somebody who can't even tell me her side. That doesn't make me not want to protect her, though. Look at her mustached face. Phoenix, Athena, you gotta believe in her. There's no way she killed anybody. You gotta save her, please. I'm begging you. Sasha, what am I doing down to my client like this? This is the time to be strong. I believe in Orla, and I'm ready to fight for our clients. I'll take everybody in this courtroom on if I have to. No, Athena, we're not supposed to fight people. That makes us look like the bad guys. Don't you worry, Sasha. We won't give up on Orla. We'll defend her to the very end. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. We are Orla's lawyers. Who else but us can save her? We can't give up on her now. For an instant there, you were afraid of the orca, weren't you, right, Dona? When you saw the photograph of the victim from a year ago, you turned paler than me. He saw right through me. It's obvious you have neither the guts nor the determination to defend the orca. It's a sentence I never thought I'd hear ever. You know what? Apollo defended the scariest guy in town like 3 months ago. I think he was more scared of that dude than I am of the orca. So you can defend someone you're scared of. That's easy enough. It's true that Orla can't speak, and I don't know her thoughts. But there's a certain someone who believes in Orla with all her heart. I respect the trust she has in Orla, so I'm willing to believe in Orla too. And what do you know about orcas? Nothing. That's what. They're dolphins, they have teeth, they eat fish, they're social creatures, they make chirpy noises, and that one wears a mustache. That's several things I know about orcas. So allow me to fill you in. Do you have any idea why orcas are also called killer whales? Because they're like 13 feet long and made of muscle and could easily kill someone? Probably, were I to guess. Because they are cunning and merciless predators that hunt and kill even true whales. So, killer whales really are killers? What terrifying creatures indeed. Well, by that token, ducks are killers because they eat fish. I can't bear to hear any more such rubbish as trusting a killer. Can you, your baldness? No matter what you say, I will continue to believe. I don't give up that easily, you know. Dillard, you don't know when to give up, do you? Very well. I shall give you a chance to prove just how determined you are. Witness, spare no quarter and lay the full truth on them. Oh, but of course, that is what I do after all. Prosecutor Blackwell, what will we have the witness testify about? The defense doesn't get to testify, that's ridiculous. I shall have her testify about what she saw and what she heard. That's colored in orange, so you know it's important. What she heard. Very well. Mr. DePlume, please tell the court what you saw and what you heard. If you smelled anything, omit it, for the love of God. What I saw and what I heard. The killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt, but when the pirate hat and victim came floating up, I let her scream.
So the orca displayed the same behavior as during the incident a year ago.
That's right. Those weren't just simple cries. It was singing. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. It kept headbutting while it sang the swashbuckler spectacular song. That's right. It was singing the same song it sang in the aquarium stage show back then. It was singing while it was headbutting. Oh, it was perfectly horrible. I don't see a single obvious inconsistency in his testimony, except for why it would sing the song from the swashbuckler spectacular. It sounds like someone used the whistle to make it replay actions from the show. Can I read this at all? Oh, this has got... I see. Maybe it's time to push then. It's clear I won't be able to take apart our statements with evidence alone. It's right. Now would be a good time for me to put my skills to work. It's time to show what analytical psychology can really do. Maybe not pushing. Maybe it's Athena time. You seem pretty confident. Let me guess. You noticed a contradiction between the testimony and her emotions. You bet I did. And once we expose it, we just might be able to crack her. No, scratch that. Make it, we'll definitely be able to. Then let's give your knowledge of analytical psychology a try. You got it, boss. A complete analysis of Mr. DePlume's heart. Coming right up. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. There we go. Alright, how much noise is there? Wow! A whole heckin' large amount. Oh, wait, never mind. No, that wasn't the noise. That was the loading thing. Alright. The killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. Just a massive distress thing. Got it! Mr. DePlume, Orla really frightened you with her headbutting, didn't she? Don't be absurd! I certainly was not frightened by the likes of any killer whale. It must have been something else that scared her then, boss. However, I do remember being very afraid for some reason while it was doing that. It sounds like maybe you saw something we haven't discussed yet. Take your time and try to remember what it was. What did you see? This is practically turning into a counseling session. I saw something. Oh! Ah! I remember now! That wasn't words. I remember now! Okay, good. Now, if you could please tell the court what you saw? I saw bright red blood. The killer whale's ramming caused the victim to bleed. There was a great cloud of blood. What? Yes, that's it. That's why I was so sure. That's when I knew that killer whale had killed a person for the second time.
Well, that was a very compelling statement indeed.
Noise level 50%, let's not.
Looking at this again, there does appear to be something that could be a cloud of blood.
That's what I thought before, but... So her terror was a reaction to blood, was it? That would certainly explain what happened yesterday. Please take a look at this blood-stained coin. Ah! Cease and desist at once? What kind of man shows a lady blood? She doesn't have to get so worked up. It's just blood. I was badly injured during an interview once. Ever since then, I've been terrified of blood. The very sight of it dreadfully upsets my delicate sensibilities. This is a bad turn. If Mr. DePlume saw blood, then does that mean Orla really did attack the victim? Well, it doesn't seem right when you consider it's all blunt force trauma and there's no massive bloody wound all over the victim. I mean, I get head wounds bleed a lot, but the thought you'd see more running down the rest of it if it was enough to cloud the water like that. Because there's no blood anywhere else on the body.
It would appear that orcas are even more vicious than I am. So, how does it feel to be thoroughly rammed by your own cross-examination, Wright, Dono?
You really don't understand how this thing works, do you? I feel like you've had a trial to get to grips with it with Athena and Apollo. Alright, I'm gonna spell it out real slow for you. While there is noise level, there's something else missing. Did you get that? What do we do now, boss? That testimony was not at all what I expected to hear. Wait a minute. There's still some discord left in Mr. DePlume's heart. What? You mean there's more? Yes, but there's no telling what it is. It could be something even more damaging. Well, it's not like this is helping at all. Ugh. Is there even anything left of our case to damage? Oh, well, whatever it is, we have to face it head on. I mean, it is the truth. It's probably better that we confront it now, whatever it is. Athena, you believe in Orla, right? If so, there's no reason for us to shy away from the truth. Yeah, you're right. I know we can handle the truth, whatever it is. So let's delve a little deeper. You got it, boss. Bring. Run that update, my friend. Sadly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, info update. As after I started headbutting, I saw that awful blood and was terrified. Yes, this would be both surprising and distressing. Info update. When the pirate hat and victim came floating up, I let out a scream. That would be distressing and surprising. Oh, wait a moment. Do you see any emotions that seem odd or out of place? Pay attention not only which emotions you see, but how strong they are too. Emotion might suddenly get stronger, for example. You might see it grow weaker. Okay, let me listen to her testimony again. Yeah, I was looking for one of these ones where there's no emotion, and I thought that might be weird, but... So surprise is... I'm gonna look just at surprise, it seems about the same... throughout. The distress seems to get smaller. It's like, oh my god, they're ramming something, and then it's like, oh, it's Captain Shipley. Got it! Huh? Her fear appears to lessen here at this statement. Mr. Plume, weren't you afraid when you saw the victim with blood coming out of him? That's a very good question. I was shaken after witnessing a murder, yes. But then, the blood seemed to disappear. Disappear? And why do you suppose that was? Simple! It was because of the pirate hat! After the killer whale put the hat on, the cloud of blood disappeared. What, like it was coming out of the top of his head? Oh, it was the whale's blood, you mean to say.
Objection!
And how exactly does that work? How should I know? I'm just telling you what I remember, Blue Boy. Wait a minute. From whom was this blood that Mr. Plume saw actually coming from? The whale must have been if it was that you couldn't see it when she put the hat on. Consider this. Maybe the one who was bleeding wasn't the victim. I beg your pardon? What kind of ridiculous nonsense is that? There was no one else in that pool beside the victim? That's not right. I wouldn't say there was no one else. It is an orca pool after all.
What? Then where is this alleged injury on the defendant?
I'm not sure, but if simply wearing the pirate hat made the blood disappear, then the blood must have been coming from somewhere on Orla's head. What?
The orca's head? What are you prattling on about now?
Please think about it again, Mr. Plume. Think back to what you really saw. That is... The one who was bleeding was not the victim, but the killer whale? I remember now. There wasn't any blood coming from the victim after all. Info update? Then what's our noise level at? Of course, that doesn't prove that Orla didn't headbutt him to death, because if it's all blunt... Bye-bye! If it's all blunt force trauma, there wouldn't necessarily be any bleeding. But it's useful information, because... Why do I suddenly not have the... Oh, right, it's this. Why on earth would Orla ever headbutt something so hard to cause herself a bleeding wound? It's just sort of ridiculous. I doubt headbutting a person would wound you in that way. We did it! Analytical psychology got us what we needed from her. That was a huge help, Athena. It was also pretty dicey for a while, though.
Well, this is a surprise. The blood the witness saw was the defendant's, not the victim's.
That is correct. And since there was no blood coming from the victim, there's only one thing we can conclude. That what Miss DePlume witnessed was not the moment of the murder, as she claims. Well, I don't know about that, but...
I thought you were unarmed, but it turns out you were concealing a sword all along.
Why is it always swords with you? Why can't I get, like, an axe?
Nevertheless, it is far too dull to cut to the bone.
Meaning?
I grant that what the witness saw was not the victim's blood, but it proves nothing. After all, being rammed doesn't always result in a wound that bleeds, does it?
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Death from internal hemorrhaging is also a possibility.
He has a point there.
If you wish to challenge me to a duel, you'll need a sharper blade than that, right, Dono? I demand evidence that proves the witness did not see the moment of the murder.
There must be something. Think, Phoenix. Why does he get to demand that anyway? If I'm correct, and the victim's death occurred before DePlume saw it or after DePlume saw it? Right, okay, I've got to think about this. Well, DePlume definitely saw this man all the way unconscious. Like, this is clear enough on the camera footage that you couldn't have mistaken this for like that doll that got bitten into. So I'd be willing to bet, I mean, he's underwater and unconscious. I think he's dead at this point. So it must have been before she saw it then, right? We're given to understand there was a scream heard, and so the death was probably around 10, but it's under investigation when it precisely happened. So it must be before. If the victim was already dead when Orla started her headbutting, then that would mean he died sometime before Mr. Plume was watching her. The events Mr. Plume witnessed took place at around 10 a.m. They must have something that can tell us what happened before 10 a.m. The calendar? Well, that makes it look bad for Rhymes, doesn't it? Take that! This is the evidence that proves Mr. Plume did not see the moment of the murder. Huh? I'm not sure that's really related to what Mr. Plume did or didn't witness. Oh, but you're not sure, right?
No, we can be quite sure it's unrelated.
Sorry, I was on the wrong path, apparently.
Yes, quite.
Ouch, okay, I guess we can be. The events Mr. Plume witnessed took place at around 10 a.m. I must have something that can tell us about what happened before 10 a.m. Okay, right, but just to be clear, we're right that it's before. Wow, I can't believe I never looked at this. A brand new stage show. Captain Orla has a new rival featuring the dashing red stash with a fluttering red scarf, who will obtain the gold coins hidden in the skull rock. Oh dear. I think that'll be relevant later, but I just throwing it out there. I can't believe I didn't look at this before. Something that would show what happened before 10:10? I mean, this is 10:09, but we don't have any footage prior to that, do we? I didn't accidentally present the coin there, right? I did present the calendar. God, all it says is take that. It doesn't show which one I used. Pirates, gold coin. Pirates, gold coin. Yeah, and surely it's the calendar. That's the only thing that makes sense. No, okay, sorry, I did use the calendar already. I just checked it. God, I lost 2 health on the same item. That's just stupid. I should have just looked at the footage. Wait, what else shows what happened before 10 a.m.? Or am I supposed to say that he was being fed or something? Or she was being fed? Take that? Shit, no, wait, what the hell? I'm so confused. Oh, unless they just want me to put this photograph because there are coins everywhere. So clearly something happened not pertaining to her. Damn it. Oh no. I'm gonna lose my entire health bar here. What? How dense am I being? What happened before 10 a.m.? They were draining the dolphin. Oh my god. This case is over. Fucker. There's the TV standing there. Bloom. Bloody coins! They were recording pirate videos! The walkie-talkie picked it up! There was a summer camp touring there! I'm a lawyer! This is so weird. Normal is writing a book! 10:09 a.m. is in the security footage! Oh. Wait. We've only seen the footage from 10:09 to 10 a.m. Which means there's still footage going further back that we need to check. Well, What? It says the footage starts at the aquarium's 10 a.m. opening time. I thought that meant this is all the important stuff. Why would they say the footage starts at... Whatever. Be that way, I guess. Your Honor, I request that all of the security footage be played for the court, including the stuff that we already played because it's a video. How would you even start the security footage from 10:09 to 10:10 without watching the rest of it anyway? This is the problem with them being like, we're looking at footage and showing still images. The player doesn't understand how much has actually been shown.
All of the footage.
Mr. Plume witnessed the cloud of blood at around 10 a.m., but I believe the victim was already dead by that time.
So your assertion is that the murder took place before Mr. Plume arrived?
Which case we should see the body be, like, thrown into the pool or something such. Exactly. The security camera footage starts at 10 a.m. when the aquarium opened. I don't understand how he just shows up here anyway. Like, there's not enough room there for him to be hidden behind this rock. Or that's the skull rock where all the coins were. It's confusing anyway. And I believe there was vital evidence in the 10 minutes before.
You are quite the gambling man, Wright, Dono. It's almost as though you picked a bunch of random evidence and guessed at why it might be important.
I did nothing of the sort.
Are you honestly willing to risk everything on these mere 10 minutes?
I've been on slimmer chances before, but when he puts it that way. My boss is no coward, Prosecutor Blackwell, so I suggest you get ready to eat humble pie. Uh-oh. I can't back down now.
Well, if the defense is that confident in its importance, Prosecutor Blackwell, the security footage. Fulbright.
Roger. I have the rest of the security footage right here.
Very well. Please play it for the court.
Oh, unless those are just... we just took photographs of the footage that we saw when we were sneaking a look at his security footage. That's probably it. Sorry, I forgot that we stole that. Please have something for me. This is what it looks like at 10 a.m. The witness can be seen here. Alright, I'll just back the footage up to the beginning now. 10:09. 10:06.
It appears Mr. Plume hasn't arrived yet at this point.
Now to see if I can find something from before before this point in time. Just swimming around, right? I didn't notice anything. Is that it? Yep, that's all the footage there is.
Well, Mr. Wright, did you see what you were looking for?
We got nothing.
Well, Wright, Dono, those were the 10 minutes you placed your bet on. Did you see anything of significance?
There's probably something I didn't see that's important, but I'd like to look at it again, if you would. Did I see anything important? I better think about this carefully. In the footage, we see... I mean, there's gotta be something important there, but I would like to look at it again. I guess there's no option to do so. Something important. This is the important thing the footage shows. Okay, I can now at least compare it. Oh, hold a sec. Does it? Oh, she's got the mustache on. Never mind. Okay, let's just look at everything. So there's like sort of like a lamp. Oh wait, is there gonna be something reflected on the other side of the footage? I wasn't looking there. Hang on, I want to get this one right on the first try, considering I totally screwed up the last one. The defense would like to formally request that the security cameras at Shipshape Aquarium be upgraded. We will reconvene in 3 months with new, better security footage. Thanks.
But Mr. Wright, there's not going to be another murder in that time.
Thank you. I'm out now. Okay, I feel like it's not going to be what I'm expecting, which is like some obvious little like item on the ground. It's going to be like there's a reflection in the glass, or like there will be like a speaker damaged or something weird like that. I was trying to figure out if there's any chance it's like this is a different orca or something. But no, it's got the same. The eyes on the left side. The mustache can be seen here. But then why would the mustache be here at this point? Oh, I guess does she always have it on when there are visitors out? In which case, at 10, will they have the mustache on for opening? I don't know. I'm so hung up on the mustache because she mentioned it kept falling off, and I feel like it's gonna be important at some point. I guess I could also mention that there are no coins around the skull thing, but that's sort of the same before as well. I guess we don't know that they're normally there in the exhibit, but they are here with this thing. I also just noticed what's going on with his red scarf is missing in this next picture. Did they just take it off, or what? What's the deal with that? Because he's Captain Red Stash. He's got a red scarf. Doesn't normally use a red scarf, but he's using one for this character. And he's got it on here, so clearly they were practicing for that, but he doesn't have his mustache. I don't know why I'm looking at these pictures now. This is not right. I'm meant to be looking at the picture. I'm gonna point to Skull Rock. Take that!
And what is so vital about that point, Mr. Wright?
Different things are important to different people. Importance is a subjective thing.
Yes, just as my decision to assign a penalty is a subjective thing.
No, wait a minute. What if something that should be in the footage isn't there? Well, that's what I've been looking for. Please wait, Your Honor. That footage... In the footage, we see... nothing important. Okay, it's one of those that you're not supposed to... You're supposed... There's something you should see that you don't. We can see nothing of importance there in that footage.
Just as I thought.
You're right about that. That section was completely meaningless. I thought that, but then when it went to the next screen, and usually it would give you an arrow to go back if you were wrong about that, right? When it said what's vitally important in the picture. But so I didn't see an arrow back, so I figured that was right. Alright, I'm off all the way up. My intuition is just garbage today. That section was completely meaningless. It doesn't show a thing. That's why I didn't submit it as evidence. Objection! No, it's just the opposite. Huh? What do you mean by that? In this 10 minutes of footage, something important that should be there isn't there. I still don't know what it is, but I assume it'll be something that is here, right? Is there anything that's in both of these that we didn't see in the footage? The only thing I can think of that's here that isn't in the other footage, well, there are two things. Well, there's no cloud of blood in either of the other two pictures. There's no Jack Shipley in either of the other two pictures, nor the hat, therefore. Obviously, DePlume isn't there because we said already that she wasn't here by 10:06. Detective Fulbright, this footage should have been submitted as evidence. What? Are you questioning the way I carry out my duty to justice?
Mr. Wright, explain yourself, please. What is the important thing that you say should be in this footage but isn't?
I don't know. Like, maybe they're gonna say the coins, but we don't have any evidence that the coins should have been there. Oh, wait a minute. Well, there were coins at the bottom all over by the time we were well, I guess it's gotta be the coins then. Take that!
And what is the problem you perceive if that particular object isn't in the footage?
There were coins all over. There's no problem, which is exactly why it is a problem, right?
No, while I admire your enthusiasm, please don't think you can wing it on enthusiasm alone. I would further like to suggest that your attitude is a problem, Mr. Wright.
My apologies, Your Honor. If the victim was alive, there's something we should see in the footage. I still contend that there is something important that is not in this footage.
If that is your contention, please back it up with evidence.
Oh, it was his turn to feed them at 10, was it? Take that! Nope, that's not it. The flyer. Wow, this has not gone well this episode. I was saying before that the fact that we had nothing, I should have made it easier because, in theory, everything that any witness said would be like massive information, but now it's just making it so that I have no idea what my contradictions should be. What should be in the footage but isn't? So it's not the coins. I wish I could look at the footage and see. I don't think there's anything in the video that can show us, because that's during a performance, so all the stuff is going to be different. The outfits, the gear, everything. And it doesn't even show the orca pool anyway. Well, I guess can I show the security footage and be like, a thing that's in this security footage should be there, but isn't? Nope. Wow, I'm getting absolutely dunked on by this. The frustrating thing is that this is the point at which I usually start just laughing and just picking everything, but then it's like, I feel lame if that's how I get through the whole case.
The dead guy.
The important thing we should see in the footage is the victim himself, Jack Shipley. It's impossible that he could be standing outside about to be murdered. Wait, why should we see him? I don't know about you, but I didn't see him get in the pool in that footage. It was a still image. How was I supposed to... Yeah, we already said he was dead already, i.e., like, behind a rock or something. He's not in the pool in this footage either. What the fuck does that have to do with... Whatever.
Oh!
Ah, that's right! If the victim is not shown entering the pool in this footage, it means that he must have been there by the Skull Rock during those 10 minutes. That's patently obvious by the fact that he's not visible here. But he is in the pool because he's here a moment after. God, why didn't they just make it a video? Why don't you understand? I'm sorry, do you see him getting into the pool in this footage either, Phoenix? No, that means he was already behind the rock. How? Wait, well, I don't... So, well, this is the confusing thing about when they're showing us stills, but the characters are watching video, is... Surely, if he was behind the rock, they would have seen the orca pull it out of him from behind the rock, right? So the court already knows, period, for a fact, that he was behind the rock. There's no need to prove that, I would think. Unless they're also looking at stills, but they just keep calling it video, in which case, why? Why? But no human being can hold their breath underwater for that long. Wait a minute, are you saying... He was already dead. Yes, that thing I said already. When the security cam started up at 10 a.m., the victim was already dead. What? Order in the court. If that's the case, then when was the victim murdered? I don't know. Check for the autopsy report. Jesus. This isn't my job. I don't know, Your Honor, but we know it had to have been sometime before 10 a.m. And thank God we know something now, because that's all the time we have for this episode, unfortunately. Sorry, this is a mess already. I felt pretty good going into that first one, but all of a sudden it's taken a nosedive. There was just a massive discrepancy between what I thought the characters already knew and what I knew, so that's fair enough. Fool that I am. Whatever, we'll do better next time, probably. I mean, I scarcely think we could do worse than that. Next one going up the channel is going to be some more SpongeBob SquarePants movie game, where we've got some time trials to do, and some Google Eyes and smelly knickknacks to deal with. And the next time here, we'll be doing better, I hope. That's all for now. Thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I'll see you around. Admiral's gonna be out of here now. Peace! I'm only friends with you, Mr. Spine. Golly, Mr. Spine. Isn't that some nice something? Makes you want to slow down and just soak it all in, doesn't it? I like how the little rain in your one fades in and out when oh, well. Licorice? Hey, buddy, how you been?